Beloved, welcome to our 31st session where we are looking at the universal laws. We had started on the elements of life, elements of the universe, but I thought it would be good to do a recourse back to the laws so that as we talk about these elements, you understand um, why we need to, they also reflect both the laws, but also how to follow the laws when we are utilizing these different elements. And we begin with the reflection on our true being, who it is that you are, like we did in the session of I Am. We have said that these sessions are aimed at helping us to reconnect to our true self, to the truth that we are one with the Father, because we are created in the image and likeness of that who is, of the I Am, and we are also I Am in our life. And that I Am is beyond the physical body, is beyond your mental body, your mind and your feelings, and it starts in the unseen. And that's why we say the Father, God, the Almighty, Abba, Allah, dwells in the unseen, and we have to go back to the unseen um, and within our heart and talk to our Father who is unseen in secret, and then get to know this that which we want to know, or get to ask that which we want to ask in prayer, in petition, and in pure meditation, pure union, pure connection. We note that we are spiritual beings on a journey to master the cosmic principles that govern life, that govern the life on this planet, the life on other planets. And understanding the unwavering laws is our primary purpose on this earth. We are here to understand the law. Even the one you call Jesus told you, he has not come to abolish the law but to fulfill it. Now, the law is not necessarily the law as you read it in your religious books. Um, they do reflect some of the laws, but they are universal laws, laws that don't change, laws that have been proven to be true from observation across time, and they arise from, of course, the Hermetic principles. Remember, I did a book on the laws of the universe and of life, where I explored these laws. I've built on the work of so many other great people, including the first 7 laws that first appeared in the Kybalion, and the other people have written more laws. I have expanded them to 42. You can get that book free in our description on my website. Um, but also you can explore them in another detail within the book I did on becoming ultimate masters, because real life mastery is about mastering the laws of the universe and how to work within the laws to achieve the kind of life that you want, and to go through this world, this earthly life, as a master who knows what they are doing, and earn full points when you return back to home, to the spirit. Because our very essence, which is energy, which is flow, there is a power that is flowing. When you say, who are you, who am I, who is that you are? If the head is yours, the heart is yours, the ears are yours, the eyes are yours, the voice is yours, so who are you? If everything on your body is yours, if the thoughts are yours, even the unseen things like thoughts, the internal things like feelings are yours, who is that who owns those things? That essence, for you to act, we're saying that at source, uh, at the 0 point is the real spirit, the real being, the real Father from where we emanate. And to start to express, to start to bring forth what is within that 0 point, to be aware of self, is energy. And that's why we even call God, in some circles, the supreme energy, the supreme being. And at our essence, at the core essence, we are energy that is expressing from the Father, flowing according to divine patterns. They are patterns that lives follow. Many do not get to see and notice these patterns, but they are there. Even the natural life, plants, you know, animals, every living thing, even the clouds, the sun, the moon, they follow patterns that you have to study. And these patterns, realize they don't change. It does not matter about your feelings, your thoughts. They are these patterns that we want to know, which are the laws of the universe. And by aligning with this universal truth, we unlock our highest potential and operate at a level of mastery. And these laws, like I said, the ancient Hermetic teachings reveal fundamental truth about reality structure. This resulted from what was taught by Hermes Trismegistus, or the thrice greatest, who some people believe is Thoth. Others, of course, I think it's the African man Tehuti, who taught about these higher level heavenly principles. And these principles form the foundation of all spiritual wisdom. Like I said, the first are seven, but key among them is the first law is the all is mind. That the all who is God, God is the all, and God is in all, and the all is God. Is that whom we call God, or the Great Spirit, or the Supreme Creator, the Most High? That the universe, or what we see, what is seen, is a mental creation. It results from a mental capacity that the all who is spirit starts to express energy, and from that expression, from minding about something, wanting to create, desiring to decisively do something, is where the universe results. And all the universe and all the planets in it, all the constellations in it, is a result of a mental creation. And it's one of those great laws that we get to learn. So, which tells us really mind very much about how we think, and as well, of course, how we feel, in as it determines the kind of world that we experience. That all the things we see in this world have been brought forth because of the mental faculty, being able to imagine, think, and of course feel things into um, existence, into what we see in day-to-day life. We are going, of course, to explore a little more in detail in each of these. I have done another session on the laws that you can explore in the description or on other videos on the channel. Um, the other is, of course, the law of correspondence, which really is about as above, so below, as within, so without. As you see even in the books, that's what they are telling you in the books, in those stories, that we are here, we come to bring the glory of heaven to earth, because there is nothing in you that is outside that cannot be from the inside. Everything that you are able to say, even these words, even the ability to move your hands, to move your head, results from something which is within you, which is acting in that way. Uh, that the whole is equal to the sum of its parts. It's one of those principles that have been observed, and once we know it, then we know that we are in the Father, and the Father is in us. In each of you is where you come from, which is the God the Father, the Great Spirit, that is divining that everything should be the way they are. And once we live in that knowledge, you know that I must always tap into the Father, into the source of everything, in order to be able to reflect that which is from the real source. Of course, there is also the law of vibration, which tells us that nothing rests, everything moves in this universe, as everything is energy at different levels of vibration. Um, because creation and recreation is always happening. Whatever rests will always be depleted and go back into transmuted energy, is transmuted into other forms, into more solid forms, uh, into decayed matter, and then forms back into. You have to continue that process, but everything moves, and you cannot avoid that. Everything wears and renews at the same time. Of course, there is also the law of polarity, where in these hermetic principles we are told that everything has its opposite, but ideally what we take as opposites are the two different points of every pole, because we are moving from singularity, the one point, towards having two points. So you find things like hot, cold, tall, short, they are all really the same but at different points, and we are moving at one continuum from one point to the other, and you have to master how you move across them, and know the kind of state at which you want to be living. Of course, there are also other cosmic laws which define energy flow, because uh, one of the other names of the universe is the cosmos. The cosmos is the collection of everything that lives and has life within um, this grandeur that we are able to see, that reflects the Father, the great powers that are behind the existence of everything that we're able to see and fathom. There is also the law of giving, which tells us that what you give, you receive multiplied. These laws are behind everything in this life. So when they tell you in your Bible that it is more blessed to give than to receive, it is true, it is the truth. So you have to live knowing that every time you give of yourself, you're going to receive more. And the universe will pay you back. It's not about individuals or humans, it does not matter. Whatever you offer to the universe, you will get back multiplied. There's also the law of attraction, which tells us that like energy attracts like energy, that whatever it is that you think about, whatever you feel, especially feeling, because feeling, the emotions are energy in motion. Remember, at essence, we are all energy that comes into expression at the mind level. And whatever you think and feel, you're going to attract, because it is the law. Like attracts like. If you think about negative things, you're likely to attract negative things. You think about positive things, you're likely to attract positive things, so long as the frequency within you is resonant. There's also the law of resonance, that it has to be the same within as it is without. And these laws are actually interconnected in a sense. There's also the law of cause and effect, which tells us that every action creates a consequence. In this world, you have freedom, brothers and sisters. You have freedom to do what it is that you want to do. You can do anything, but nothing escapes its effect. So all the life that we are living are a result of the cause that was influenced. And many times, the things we see in the physical are effects. So we are told really to live at a higher level, where we know that within the spirit, and especially at the mental level, it is where causation happens. Within, the causation is within, and the effects we see them in the physical. So we have to master the mental level, of course, drawing from the spirit, to act at a higher level of being, of knowledge, so that we can have effects that reflect what we want and what we want to see in life. There's also the law of reciprocity, um, where we're told that energy must always circulate. What you send out is what you receive. If you send out negative feelings and thoughts to others, it's what you're likely to receive, because energy is always paying you back in the same sum that you have sent it out. And this energy is the principal factor within our life. In physics, of course, they tell you it is, there is a way they define it. You have to go and understand things beyond science many times. But you can go within, ask the Father, what does real energy mean? Or think of yourself when you are moving your finger or you are talking, and all of that is a result of energy. What is it? Is it just the ability to do work, to perform work, or force that performs work? It is certainly much more than that, but it's behind the animation of the human experience. And this energy, we are told, energy never lies. It is always true, because the signature of your energy that you send out will always be uh, what you draw back. And it moves according to precise cosmic principles, the laws that we're talking about. And if you master these laws, you can transform your life experience and live at a much higher level. For example, if you notice, we are told that everything in life vibrates at a specific frequency, and your thoughts, feelings, and actions create unique energy signatures that resonate, or raise your vibration to align with higher consciousness. So there are frequencies in this world. Frequencies, energy is the power of the Father, and it is always moving. It's vibrating, but it's vibrating at different levels, which we call frequencies. And those frequencies are measured in hertz. You know that from science. So there are different frequencies. People hardly notice. We shall do a session on, I think, sound and the different frequencies and how they affect you and your body. Many people do not know that different sounds have different frequencies, and their frequencies, for example, there is a love frequency, the 5 to 8 hertz, which can even do DNA repair and transform your life, including in the physical ailments that you may be facing. There is a natural harmony frequency in 432, which these are two frequencies that are encouraged, which is earth resonant frequency. It resonates with the pure nature of what comes from the earth itself. And if you want to, rebuild your body, rebuild your immune system, 432 and 528 are good frequencies. But there's also the frequency of divine connection, the 963, which helps to activate your crown chakra, the highest energy center on top of your body. Um, because you may need to remember, we're saying you need to go within, but also tap into the knowledge of the Father by going within your heart, through meditation, through prayer, through mindfulness, through contemplation, and get to listen, to get from the Most High. And you need your energy centers, which are the chakras, the different chakras, the main ones being seven. I think when we do a session on energy, we shall dwell a little more onto these chakras. But ideally, there are many uh, different, levels of vibration, different frequencies, and many of them are not good for your health. Like most frequencies in most music, you can go on your YouTube, search for these things on online. Search many of the music that is in this world. is not at the right frequencies to help your body grow and to keep healthy. I will not dwell on that. Those who want to go deeper into the esophageal frequencies and all these facts and test by yourself, you can join our coaching service or read on your own online, or follow our free courses that we have offered, which actually include some helpful um, sounds that can help you to heal, to attract that which you want, and to be at peace and at natural states that help you to be vibrating at the highest level. Above, of course, this is also to understand the things that make us to have a good life, to experience this life in a level of mastery. Remember, the whole purpose of this is to really explore the truth, which is that we are one with the Father. The Father does not struggle. All the things that are happening in this life, the Father knows, the Father sees, but does not struggle. Everything happens at their own time, at the time that the overall powers decide. And one of the laws is really the law of divine timing, and we have to appreciate it. You will see that in your world, um, that there is a time for planting, there is a time for cultivation, a time for growth, there is a time for harvest. The universe operates on perfect timing. Trust the process of life. Everything manifests when conditions align perfectly. Have that trust that the Father, the source of everything, is working out things in your favor always. Like they tell us in the Bible and in several books, everything works out for the good of those who trust the Lord. You are not going to force seasons to change. Hmm? There is a time for planting. Set intentions with clarity and purpose. Know that you have planted your intention. Don't be over intoxicated with wanting things to manifest quickly. Like many people tend to deceive you in these YouTube videos that you will manifest immediately. You say this, you turn this side, you attract. There is a time frame for each thing as divined by the Father. There is a power beyond you. Yours is to express, set your intentions with clarity and purpose, and wait on the Father to make those things manifest. Have that knowledge. Otherwise, you're going to be disappointed that things are not happening the way you want. Then you have to nurture, you have to cultivate, nurturing growth through consistent action. You have to act on the things that you want to see happen, um, step by step, again, as what is available, as what is possible, and then it will bring to fruition that which you want. And you have to grow through witnessing the emergence of manifestation. As things appear, you are guided more and more towards next steps, and then you receive in divine perfect timing that which it is that you want. It's how everything has been. You were born with the capacity to sit, to walk, to to run, to talk, but all these things manifest at their different times. They did not manifest immediately you came out of your mother's womb. So we have to adhere to these laws. When something is still sort of seeming like it's hiding, just wait, keep patient, be patient, wait, be in the flow, surrender to the power of the Almighty, and it will come to be that which you want to be. And to master these laws, of course, we are saying that everything exists. We said one other key law is the law of polarity, because everything exists in complementary pairs. We said there are two poles. That's why the atom, which they call Adam in your religious books, has to separate into two so that it can be able to create. For creation to take place, the one must no longer be alone. It's no longer all one. It breaks into two, and then it forms. Uh, it can create a child and be able to keep multiplying and multiplicating itself. So this is the polarity that from one point it divides into 2 points, so that there is from one point to another, from where life can continue to grow and take place. So everything exists in a complementary pairs. Light needs darkness, joy needs sorrow. Man needs a woman to grow, tall needs short, and none can exist without the other. And by transcending polarity, you access higher spiritual awareness. Once you know that darkness is not different from light, light only exists to give clarity what is in the darkness. Otherwise, light by itself does everything exists in darkness. The starting point, the 0 point, the Father God dwells in darkness, brothers and sisters. Let's not be over religious in these matters. The Father dwells in darkness. But the Father is also light that comes to show what is within the darkness. And every creation, everything has to take place in the unseen, within darkness, so that you can bring to light that which is from the unseen. And this is what we are called to grow. Once you transcend this polarity, know that they are all the same. There is nothing bad or good. You cannot experience joy if you don't know sorrow. There cannot be something tall without something short. It is the law. It is the law. It is how it is. You access a higher spiritual awareness where you embrace each state at each period, but also go towards that state that you want, knowing that it is also available. The fact that you're in darkness does not mean that light does not appear, light does not exist. Um, so we are called really to be in awareness, to recognize polarity in your experience. There will be lows and highs within your life. Know that they are part of the normal life. Recognize these polarities of your experience and you live like a master. Accept, embrace both aspects without judgment. Hmm? Don't judge situations. They are telling you even in your laws, the law, the crime, the so-called sin that was created in your Bible and your Quran is thinking that there is good and evil. There is no good and evil in this world. They are just things that are happening at different levels, at different polarities. I hope that really can get clear to people. Mm? But we should strive to do only that which is for our good, for our good. And this is the maturity through these forces of both what you call bad and good. Mm? For example, the woman or even a man, I mean, there is pain before childbirth. Does it mean it's bad? Can you have childbirth without pain? So it is immaturity to think that life will be filled with only happiness, because that God exists only in happiness and joy and enjoyment. There are things, don't think a crop to break the soil, it doesn't struggle. It does struggle. It's how it has been ordained. Some things have happened that way. Uh, that for you to create something else, something has to give way. It is how it is. And once you harmonize opposing forces within yourself, you know that nothing is bad or good. Just have to learn from each and come towards the level of unity, a level of balance. Then you can mature and know that they are all facts that are applying in this world, and you're balancing in a way that suits that which you want to achieve. And then you can live like a master at a higher level, and then you will transcend what, because we are here in this world to learn these laws and transcend the laws, live above them, rise above duality into unified consciousness, knowing that they are all one. Nothing is separate from the other. We don't eat food is neither bad or good. Nothing is bad or good. Nothing is short or tall. It depends at what level you are and what measure you are talking about. There is no darkness or light. There is they are all part of what makes the day. There is no day that is only a day without darkness. So we are called to live above these kinds of polarities and know that they are all one unified being, and we have to explore from the one point to another and achieve a balance that helps us transcend thinking that these things are different. And in the law of correspondence, which really reflects that the microcosm reflects the macrocosm, uh, that the as above so below, as within so without, that what you see, for example, as a drop that comes from the ocean, it also contains the essence of the ocean, because what's the ocean? What is in the ocean is in the drop as well. The macrocosm reflects the microcosm. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm. Just as we are told, we're created in the image and likeness of the Father. The patterns of atoms mirror the galaxies, and your inner world creates your outer reality. So once you start mastering this law, you know that if inside I feel well, if inside I see myself, I have already achieved that which I want. If inside I send out my needs, my wishes clearly, and I know I already have them, then they will have to manifest in the outside. This is high level mastery, brothers and sisters, that I hope that you can grow towards and know that this life is life that we create, but we have to start the job from the inside. There is also within this law of correspondence the mirror principle, which tells us that others reflect aspects of yourself, because external challenges reveal internal growth opportunities within you. Everything that annoys you is within you. Nobody can annoy you in this world. It's because there's something in you that needs healing. It's you who has to grow, and a masters live without any anger, without any issues, because you know that those things cannot affect you if they are not inside you. If you have already gone beyond knowing that people will always do what they do, and they are just at that level of understanding, they it's what they think, and it's them which they're also expressing that level. Uh, and for you, it should not like affect the level at which you are vibrating, and you must keep that unity with your Father, knowing that everything is always well, whatever other people say and act. And therefore, you will get to see only goodness from people because you also reflecting that. And this is above really being a victim. It doesn't mean that you take in all the garbage or everything that people throw at you, but that you stop being affected by what people do and say, and keep pure in your heart. Remove all anger, remove all obstacles. Know that nobody can stop you. Nobody can bewitch you if you don't bewitch yourself. Most of you crying about witchcraft and bewitching, it's you bewitching yourself by your thoughts. You think that someone can bewitch you. That's the very highest level of witchcraft. Mm. If you understand this truth, you get to live at a higher level. That if I say I am perfectly okay, I am perfectly protected by the Father, and I live in the Father, and the Father is in me, and nothing that is not of my good can affect me. Nothing can affect you that is not of your good, brothers and sisters. It's what it is. But if you live in the expectation of bad things, you will get them. The world is so, this universe is so, like, so good. It will give you, it will mirror to you what you expect, what you want in your heart. So you have to be consistent. That's why we are told live in joyous expectation of the very best. Don't give room to things that you don't want to see in life. Don't even comment on them. Let them be. They are also part of the life, but you're choosing consciously to pick out that which is for your good. Of course, in this law of correspondence, we also get to know about cellular consciousness, where also our body cells respond to our thoughts and our feelings. And because our mental patterns create the reality that we face, you know that if you keep feeling good about yourself, you know that you can't be sick. Even if you feel weak, you feel the disease affecting you, you have to start feeling okay from within. And then without within your body, you will start to see the result of being okay. Some of us live in this true reality all the time, and I want to hope that many of us can really grow. We offer actually free healing. If you have groups of people who need healing, we offer free healing sessions. We're happy to engage with your group and um, help many people reach a level where they can live free of this disease by returning back to wholeness, to ease, to a life of ease, by releasing all need to control situations and to control people. And of course, we also know the outside world. We are not in this world alone. There are other planets, there are other people in the planet, and we have to be resonant to that which we want to see. Personal evolution contributes to collective consciousness, and individual healing affects our humanity. Because when we heal, when we contribute to people healing, to people getting peace within their heart, we create a much safer world, a much more productive world that many people can live in the joyous reflection of the Father, who is the Father God in heaven, as we say. Um, and this ancient wisdom reveals the interconnected nature of all existence, really, that we can live in correspondence. You have to be correspondent to that which you want. Your life is correspondent to your situation. So if you realize the situation is not what you desire, start having the situation within you that you desire, and then it will come to manifest in your life. And ours is really to awaken to this through this universal law mastery. We have to master these laws, go and explore all of them. There are several. I can't go through all of them in this session, but I wanted to introduce a few to remind you that we live by the laws, and these laws start from our thoughts and our feelings, and how we think and feel is going to determine how our life will be. And we are called to master these laws, to be aware, to recognize that the laws operate in our life, and observe the patterns with curious detachment. Let them be. If it rains, if you try planting in a particular area and things don't grow there, either you're planting the wrong thing in that kind of soil, or you're planting in a wrong area. Move to another area. It's how all our ancestors got to learn how things be, what causes what, and what treats what disease. So we have to observe patterns with curious detachment. You are not the one deciding everything in this world. Is even if you are the president, is not up to you. There are many other powers that are working, and the full power is of the Father, which we are all tapping from. And of course, then you align. We are called to align, to adjust our thoughts, emotions, and actions to flow with these universal principles towards that which we want. But even when what we don't want comes, we let it flow until what we want finally appears. And we have to apply these laws, deliberately work with each law to create with conscious intention. The people who know the laws create at a higher level, and they live at a higher peace. And it's what the call is to live in the Father, so that we can ascend, transcend limitations through the master of these laws by fulfilling our highest spiritual purpose, knowing that the Father is ever present, is ever available for us to be able to come and have dominion on this earth. Because our journey on earth is about mastering these cosmic principles, these laws, um, and so that our consciousness is the instrument for cultivating harmony within this universal experience, within these universal laws, by always striving to have that middle ground, knowing everything exists and operating only at the level that you want. So every time you're at the level that you don't want, you know that I can always take myself to the level. You always have that power by operating within, starting with how you feel, by getting calm first of all. That's why meditation is extremely important. Um, Getting to your feelings and thoughts, and you can create a calm environment, and then it will show up in your physical state. And this is how to really take advantage of also the elements they are talking about in the future sessions, and the one of air that we covered in the 30th session. So I look forward to seeing you in the next session.